Hello friend, today I am going to teach you how to do integer multiplication in GeoGebra. Integer multiplication means in GeoGebra means we need to make multiplication by the help of GeoGebra. How can we do that kind of process of integer multiplication in GeoGebra? Today I am going to teach you. At first I open the GeoGebra, and when I open GeoGebra, here you can see those graphs, and by limiting those graphs make I point my cursor in graphics and I click, and if I click here then the axis was removed, and similarly I click here then the freescape is obtained. Now today we can draw that kind of graphics so that integer multiplication can be held by the help of GeoGebra. And at first we need to have a slider. Slider means slider A, you can see, but we change the name of the slider as column, COLUMNS, columns, and the minimum value of the column is 1, and the maximum value is you can search it as you require. Suppose I placed here 10 and increment is 1, and similarly interval, this is slider. If I click here fixed, then you can see here, then okay, then you can see column slider, and the least point is 1 and the highest point is 10. Similarly you can make another slider here, which is we name here rows, and similarly as I described before, minimum value is 1 and maximum value you can write here 10 and increment is 1. And similarly slider, this is the column is horizontal, but we place the row slider as vertical slider, and we click here is fixed and okay, then the rows, and similarly its least value is also 1 and its highest value is also 10 as columns, and the row is placed in vertical place. Now we can move it so as to gain in proper ways. And similarly now we make line segment with given length. Here you can see line segment with given length, and before taking the line segment with given length we need to have a point. Suppose this point is A. Now we need to have line segment with given length A, and the line segment is columns, and similarly if I click OK button, so you can see here the line segment AB with given length is column. If I make the column move, then the line segment AB is also moved by the help of columns. And similarly now we need to have a perpendicular line on AB from A and perpendicular line from B. Now we need to have a circle with center and radius. Now from point A, and the radius is rows, 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 and similarly I click here OK button. This is a circle having constant or connected with rows. If I make the rows move, then the circle is also moved with its radius. And now I am going to name the point where the line and the circle intersect. This is C. Parallel line so that another point is also obtained from AB to C. Then you can see that this is also point, and by the help of intersect you can name here D, ABDC. This is a square. Now we make a polygon from A, B, D and C. A, B, D, C and A. This is a polygon is obtained. Now you can hide all of those line and circle so as to get a desired conclusion. Now from move graphics view, and now this is show hide object, you can see here, and now you can click which you need to eliminate or you need to remove. This line, this line, this line, and this circle is removed. Now you can see if you click the arrow button, the line and circles will be removed, as you can find. Now I am going to move the columns. When columns is moved, then you can find these types of rectangle, and similarly when rows is moved, you can find this type of rectangle. Now I am going to minimize it so as to get desired conclusion. This is columns and this is rows. Now half of the work is done. Now we need to fill the input. So as to get desired conclusion. At first, in input, firstly you need to write sequence, then open big bracket, then segment. See, we need to make segment, and segment again open bracket. In segment we need to first write a plus I into, not power, into means asterisk 1 0 1 comma 0, and then open bracket close comma, and not B, A to C. You can see here my mouse, A to, so my cursor A to C. We need to make horizontal lines, we need to make vertical lines from columns. That's why we create A to C. So C, capital C, plus I, asterisk 1 comma 0, 1 comma 0. Now close big bracket close, and so now this is slide, this is variable, and 1 comma columns. Now enter. You can see here the vertical lines is column is there are, as column is there are, you can find vertical lines. Similarly input for horizontal lines we need to type again sequence, and similarly big bracket open, and similarly segment again big bracket open. Now you can write or you can draw, you can plot the points A plus I asterisk, not 1 comma 0, 0 comma 1, 0 comma 1 we write here, and similarly close open bracket close, open bracket close, open bracket close comma, and we need to make horizontal line, not vertical lines, so A to B should be drawn. That's why I write B plus I asterisk 0 comma 1, 0 comma 1, and similarly small bracket close. Now again big bracket close, big bracket close, and comma, you need to type the variable, and starting point of the variable and ending point of the variable is row as rows, and enter. You can see the squares, you can see the horizontal and vertical lines which make the squares, and this ABCD square. So if I move columns from 1 to 10, then the numbers of column is also removed from 1 to 10, and also variables from 1 to 10. And similarly if I move the rows, and similarly you can see the number of rows is also decreased, or if I increase the rows, so that and the number of rows is also increased. Now we need to do something so that we can make students understand to do integer multiplication. Now integer multiplication is, at first we need to go to text. At first we text in text we write columns into symbols, you can be into equal. Now latex formula, if I click on it, latex formula, sorry, so equal columns into row equal. Now we need to write here in input columns asterisk columns asterisk rows. Here you can see e equal 100, in my cursor e equal 100, and the result is e. Now we need to go again in text and we need to substitute the text here, and we need to tell the edit as object e. Means you can see 100, which means row into column. Okay, this means 100. Sorry, move. This means 100. Now you can objects properties, and you can change the object properties, and just like color, and this means black, and background color you can see, sorry, border color white, and background color you can give black. And similarly position is not necessary, text is small medium, I am going to write it in medium. Okay, this is 100. If I move or I decreased columns, so you can see here column into rows equal to 100, equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And similarly, if you can move rows as well to get the desired conclusions. In this way you can make students understand as integer multiplication. In this way you can make any students of class 7, 8 or any students of pre-primary level can be made understood by you to find out the multiplication of any two integers or any two natural numbers. I am going to end the process. Thank you.